The Gorgon Sisters by Laramie Dean. Dimly lit. Little Medusa and her older sister Stheno. Stheno is primping, preparing for her date. Their other sister Euryale is nearby, trying to sculpt with clay she can't quite control. We don't see any of them clearly.
Tell me the story again, Stheno. You're so good at it.
I've told you that story 1.5 billion times. You know it by heart.
But it's better when you do it.
Okay, kid. Sure. But then it's straight up bedtime, yeah?
Yeah. You got a date, Stheno?
None of your business, kiddo. Maybe. Yeah, okay. I got a date.
Euryale is gonna be so jealous.
Oh, I am not.
She wants to hear the story too, don't you, Euryale?
I have better things to do than listen to a bunch of myths.
Drops her clay.
Darn it! Fine, I'll work on my sculpture on the beach.
Huffly, Euryale begins to exit.
You don't have to go, Euryale. I was just teasing.
But Euryale is gone. Medusa turns back to Stheno.
She really is just jealous, Stheno. She likes your stories. She just pretends that she doesn't.
For now, I'll tell it just for you. Then you skedaddle.
Stheno stops her primping. She kneels down and begins to tell Medusa the story.
Once upon a time, when you and I were just dreams waiting to be dreamed, in ancient Greece.
Lights up on Stheno alone, transformed. With the lights actually revealing her now, we see that she is sparkling, literally and figuratively, green-skinned, wings emerging from her back, wearing a dress of dark bronze color, and, most importantly, a large babushka covering her hair. She smiles impishly at the audience.
Hey, how are ya? I'm Stheno. I know, right? No one is named Stheno anymore. That's why I just go by or Thene, or just no. Alrighty then, plain old Stheno. It means, well, we'll get to that. I'm a storyteller, see? I love telling stories, and the best part about them is, want to see the best part? Wicked. Once upon a time, there were 3 sisters, me and Euryale and our baby sister Medusa. The story doesn't exactly have an end yet. That's where I'm headed, and why I gotta tell it to ya, so you can understand and help me finish it. And then, when I finish it, first things first. The first thing you gotta understand is what ancient Greece was like. Hey, Euryale!
Euryale appears, hesitant. She also wears a babushka, her skin is green, and she sports her own pair of wings. But she is nowhere as near as brave as Stheno appears to be.
Come here!
Stheno, I've been looking for you.
I need you for a sec.
Me too. Stheno, we need to talk about...
Later! Say hi to all the nice people.
Hi?
This is Euryale. She's trying to be a sculptor because she feels really bad when she turns people to stone with her eyes.
Hey!
I'm just kidding. You're always so sensitive.
You aren't really going to go through with this, are you?
Don't start that again. They want a good story, Euryale, so that's what we're gonna give them.
You never tell me your stories.
Say what now?
I've been trying to tell you. You can't just run away from your problems. You have to stay here.
I said don't start that again! Come on. Do it for her.
Okay. Just for a second, though. Then we have to talk about...
Yeah, okay, cool, awesome. Let's do this.
Euryale helps bring on the other characters, organizing and blocking them as Stheno narrates.
The best part about my stories, and this is where my sisters always used to help me, the most wicked part is how they used to come to life as I tell them. Watch.
As she narrates, various gods and goddesses enter, including Ares, Demeter, Artemis, and Poseidon. Each god carries a prop that is somehow connected to their power. Heracles appears, flexing and showing off. There are also monsters and creatures, including the harpies.
Once upon a time, in ancient Greece, there were tons of gods and goddesses, heroes and bad guys, monsters, unpleasant. The gods were immortal, and they ate ambrosia and drank sweet nectar, and mostly they were cool. But sometimes they squabbled and used their particular talents against each other. There was Ares, god of war, and Demeter, goddess of the harvest, and Artemis, goddess of the hunt.
Ares summons up a firebolt.
Take that, Demeter.
Hey, no fair!
Try growing all of your crops now that they're totally on fire.
Grow up, brosif. Here, sis.
He waves his arms and blows air from his lips, sound of rain and the hissing of the fire going out.
Better?
Poseidon, the god of the sea. But more about him later.
Thank you, Poseidon. You guys are such idiots. Watch this. Pachow! Pachow! Way to go, Artemis.
Athena loses her steam a bit as Apollo and Athena enter. Athena smiles nastily in Thena's direction.
And there was Apollo, god of light, and Athena, goddess of wisdom, and Hades, lord of the dead and the underworld. And Zeus's wife, Hera, the goddess of not always being so nice.
Zeus and Hera enter.
Like many gods, Hera was super jealous and frequently, not especially, rational when angered.
Not cool, wicked step monster.
Zeus rises and takes Hera's hand. She sniffs haughtily at Heracles, smiles at Zeus, and then they exit, taking the rest of the gods with them. Heracles rolls his eyes and exits.
She's not the only god with issues, which has been kind of a problem for me and my sisters as of late.
Euryale begins to shoo the monsters off stage. Stheno shoots her a look.
What are you doing? Hey, come back!
They don't. Stheno gestures at the audience.
I have to tell them! They need to know! To understand the story! That's the important thing!
I know.
Do you? You never liked my stories. She did.
Stheno, I did like your stories. I mean, I do. But you need to take a minute to think about what you're about to do. Okay, fine, sure, whatever. You can tell your story if you want to, or however you want to, but you still need to deal with the
You're
fact that-
absolutely right. The story is everything. The gods had a bad habit of transforming mortals into different creatures, shall we say. One time,
Zeus returns with Io in tow. She looks around fearfully. Zeus moves in to kiss her.
Zeus turned his girlfriend Io into a cow to save her from Hera.
Hera appears, looking for Zeus.
Oh, Zeusy! Zeusy bear, where are you?
Zeus, caught, frantically waves his arms, and Io is transformed into a cow.
Nothing.
Seriously?
Which didn't turn out so well for poor Io. Not the smartest problem-solving strategy anyone ever thought of.
Like moo or some junk.
Euryale quickly and forcefully pushes Zeus, Io, and Hera off stage.
And that wasn't all. The gods were always turning innocent people into... Euryale, stop it! I have to do this!
Euryale slinks off.
Euryale, come back. I didn't... Fine. I don't need you after all. Just keep on walking! So I'm sure you're all wondering about this thing on my head. I've been wearing it a lot lately, pretty much all the time, even though I hate it. And now you all want to know what's under it. The world isn't fair, like I said. And sometimes bad things happen. Sometimes the gods are jerks. We were human once upon a time, me and my sisters, until I caught the eye of Poseidon, the god of the sea.
Sup?
I believe I mentioned him, and Poseidon would just not take no for an answer.
Poseidon tries to kiss her, but she shoves him away.
Knock it off, jerk! I said no! Jeez!
Whatever.
He starts to slink off, when suddenly he is confronted by Athena.
Hey, baby, how long have you been standing there?
But ha ha, joke's on me. He's already shacked up with Athena, who, in all her wisdom, realizes she can't punish him.
Athena smacks Poseidon.
Ouchies!
Athena points. Poseidon slinks off stage.
But she can sure as Hades punish me and my sisters. And she did.
Athena raises her arms.
She changed us, all three of us.
Flash of thunder, crash of lightning, lights flicker. When they return, Athena is gone and Stheno is alone.
Like this. They do not make enough product in the world to control these little guys. This is Athena's curse, that we three sisters, Euryale and Medusa and me, will be doomed to walk the earth forever as horrible monsters. They called us Gorgons, which comes from the word Gorgos, which means dreadful in Greek. And boy, is it true. There is nothing that is not dreadful about having snakes for hair. Ow!
She sucks on her finger. Eurile re-enters.
Stheno, you okay?
I'm fine. It's just my stupid snakes again.
You can be such a baby sometimes. Here, let me see.
Eurile rushes over, examines the bite, kisses it, then puts her arms around Stheno. Stheno allows this, then slowly, gently pushes her away.
Okay, get off. Enough of the mushy stuff.
I just wanted to help.
You can help by helping me with the story.
No! This living in the past, it's no good. I don't want any part of it.
Eurile exits.
Spoil sport. We lived here, on our beautiful island, for years. Just the three of us. Until this hero Perseus comes along.
Perseus enters.
On a quest. Because heroes are always going on quests for something lame. And he needed the head of a Gorgon to accomplish it. I knew he couldn't take my head or Eurile's because we were immortal and stuff, but Medusa was mortal.
Medusa appears, a child with her doll. She plays with it, laughing and enjoying herself.
Athena's particular sense of humor to keep one of us rooted in the human world. When we became Gorgons, we found out that we had this awesome power where we could turn men to stone if they looked into their eyes, which Medusa tried on him right away.
Medusa drops the doll. It breaks. She's horrified. At the same time, Perseus holds up the shield as a fighting, terrifying menace.
Get back, you horrible monster!
But Perseus carried a magical mirrored shield the goddess of stupid Athena gave him, and so he didn't have to look directly at Medusa. And then he killed her.
Stheno screams her fury and rushes for him, but Medusa steps between them, holding up her doll.
Stheno?
Killed her and used her power to win the hand of his girlfriend, this absolutely forgettable chick named Andromeda.
Stheno, can you fix my doll? She's broken. I broke her and I can't fix her now even though I've tried and I'm sorry. Can you help me, Stheno? Please?
Stheno reaches for Medusa, but Medusa fades and disappears. Stheno stands for a moment, alone.
In Greek, Stheno means forceful. And I am. I am the biggest, the baddest of the big bads. And I have a quest of my own to fulfill. I'm going to find Medusa, wherever she is. Wherever people go when they're not here anymore. And then, this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna bring my sister back. To life.
Begins to wrap her snake hair back up in the babushka, then reconsiders. Big smile, tosses it away. Eurile picks it up and approaches her.
Stheno, come on. You have to wear this. You have to.
Shrugging her off.
I don't. As it turns out, I don't. And neither do you.
You'll hurt people.
I can control it.
What if you can't?
I can.
Stop and listen to me.
Get out of my way.
Look, I miss her too.
Do you?
How can you even ask me that? Of course I do.
You have a real funny way of showing it.
I deal with it how I deal with it. Just like you do. Stheno, listen. This quest, it's crazy. Stay here. On the island. With me.
Eurile reaches for her. Stheno shrugs her off, actually knocking her down.
Get off, I said!
They stare at each other, stricken. Eurile awkwardly clambers to her feet.
Oh, hey, Eurile,
But Eurile runs off. Stheno watches her go silently.
I got this. Of course I got this. I'm Stheno and I know what I'm doing.
Lights shift, signaling a change in time and place as Stheno begins striding off.
Lights up on Heracles, who wears the skin of the Nemean lion like a hat-cape combo. He holds a giant bone, roughly the size of him, and is cajoling an unseen animal with it.
Here, boy! Boys? Here, boys! Come to Herc! Come on, you ungrateful mongrel. Mongrels?
Stheno enters, quietly, unseen. She appraises Heracles.
You don't seem so big and tough.
Who goes there? What can I do for you? Hey, what are you?
Your match.
My what now? Are those snakes? Jeez, that's so cool.
Hands off, bad touch. You are Hercules, great hero, mighty warrior, and you are going to...
Actually, small correction, little thing. It's just, that isn't really how you say my name.
How about a what now?
Yeah, I don't know how it happened either, but it's Heracles, not Hercules. Something got lost in translation, that's my guess. It means glory of Hera, which is a funny irony, because she totally hates me.
Sudden clap of thunder.
I heard that!
Sheesh. She is so touchy. Anywho, Zeus is my pops, and my mother is immortal, which makes Hera my evil stepmother, I guess. And so, it's this whole big thing which you probably don't even really care about.
I care. No, I really do. I like stories.
Yeah? Okay. Okay, I can get behind that. So, what can I do you for?
You were assigned 12 labors in order to prove that you were a hero.
True.
You killed the Nemean lion. Good lion hat thingy, by the way. I approve. The Lernian Hydra, the wild boar of Erymantheus.
I did? Oh yeah, I did. Gosh, it's so easy to lose track.
The Stymphalian birds, the Cretan bull, and you collected is this right? The girdle of the Queen of the Amazons.
That was a toughie, I'm telling you. You do not want to make an Amazon angry. Those ladies will mess you up.
And finally, hey, what are you doing with that bone?
Oh, this? Nothing.
Your face says something. What in the name of all that snakeily is that?
That most certainly would not be Cerberus, the three-headed dog that
guards the underworld.
Right.
Oh, Hercules! I mean, Heracles.
Herc is fine.
He sounds big.
He is big. Too big.
Wait, you didn't steal him, did you?
Steal is such an ugly word. Look, let's just say I borrowed him, okay?
Hades will not be pleased.
Nothing pleases that guy.
Wait, I know this. This was your last labor, wasn't it? Kidnap Cerberus and bring him back from the underworld?
Yeah, but eventually I had to bring him back down there. And he's just so cute! We totally bonded. He has the biggest eyes, like pools of chocolate you can just fall into. All 6 of them. And giving it back, it broke my heart. I only wanted to play with him again for just a little bit, but it turns out he's bigger than I remembered, and stronger. And he won't listen to me.
And you'd like to get him back?
Very badly. Say, you don't have any superpowers, do you, miss? I didn't catch your name. I'm Heracles.
Stheno. The snakes, the green skin, the wings, none of this freaks you out?
Are you kidding me? I'd kill for wings. Dude, I would never walk again. Not if I could fly. And snake hair? Hey, can they talk?
Not as far as I know.
I'd train them to talk. You could do like a ventriloquist act or something, just with your hair.
It isn't what you think. It's a curse.
One heck of a curse.
Say, Herc, what if I helped you catch Cerberus?
You could do that? Really? Oh my gosh, I'd be so grateful.
Yeah?
Totally. So, do you have superpowers? I mean.
Some.
She fixes him with her gaze. He freezes in place. She waves her hand, snaps her fingers in front of his face. He doesn't move, doesn't react. She fixes him with her gaze again, and he relaxes.
Whoa! Head rush.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. It's just, did I turn to stone?
Only for a second.
Wow. You're a Gorgon, huh?
Maybe. Yes.
That is so cool!
Look, I'll help you, but then you have to help me.
Sure, I'm a hero. That's what we do. We help people. So what's your plan?
I have to have a plan? A plan? Okay. Yeah, a plan. I can do a plan. Let's start with, why don't you try calling him?
Like this? Hey, Cerberus!
3 enormous sets of red eyes begin to blaze.
Meep. Nice doggy. Good doggy.
Cerberus, you be a good boy. Sit. See, he just won't listen.
All right, super strength, hoist me up. I gotta look him in the eye. At least one of them.
Heracles obeys her, lifting her up on his shoulders.
Listen up, you big lug. Just one of you has to... Oh, right! Yes! Good boy, good doggy! Look me right in the eye. Got him.
You didn't hurt him, did you?
You have to trust me. He'll be fine. I didn't give him the full blast. He'll recover. But you'll have to hurry. Get him back to the underworld before Hades comes.
You are awesome. Thank you.
He gives her a big hug, realizes he's perhaps hugging too hard. Pulls back, syringe.
Sorry. Everyone tells me I don't know my own strength.
You're gonna need it to get him back to where he belongs.
The underworld. Blech. Not exactly a vacation hotspot.
Begins to exit in the direction of Cerberus. Stheno tries to grab him, but he stops, turns.
Hey, I owe you a favor, don't I?
Kinda.
Name it.
Well, now that I've met you, I feel like I just can't ask.
He is watching her expectantly, kindly. She toughens up.
The golden apples from the tree of life. You tricked great Atlas, who must always keep the weight of the sky from falling on all our heads, by offering to take over, holding it up for a bit if he would just get you the apples.
But the apples, Athena thought that they weren't, especially good for mortals.
I'm not going to use them on a mortal.
Look, it's a non-issue, okay? They're gone. Athena took them back, and once Athena makes a decision, well, you've probably heard all about her. What do you want with them, anyway?
I'm going to bring my sister back.
From where, exactly? She's dead, isn't she?
I can bring her back.
You can't, though, is the thing.
You don't know that.
Actually, I do know that. My wife, Megara, she died. It was a long time ago.
Listen, I'm sorry, but that doesn't mean...
It does, though. You can't just change the rules like that. Not even the gods can do that. Once someone is gone, they're gone.
Heracles, listen. I can do this.
Roaring, stomping, great thunder, everything shakes and breaks.
They're gone, okay? The apples won't help you. Don't you think I would have used them if I could have? Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I don't like to lose my temper like that because, as you can see, I'm sorry about your sister. And I'm sorry that I can't help you bring her back.
I'm not going to give up. Heroes don't give up.
This stings him.
There has to be a way, Heracles, and I'm going to find it.
She begins to exit.
Hey, Stheno. I'm not saying this will work or that you'll even be able to accomplish it at all. Though you seem like a pretty persistent person. So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
I'm listening.
You're tough. That's all I'm saying. And you'll have to be. I know a guy. Had a problem similar to yours. Lost his girl. And he went all the way down to the underworld to bring her back. Maybe he can help you. His name is Orpheus.
Thank you, Heracles.
You sure you don't want to just leave well enough alone? I know a great grief counselor, this goddess by the name of Persephone, but she's only available 6 months out of the year.
I'll find Orpheus.
He's kind of a touchy guy.
I'll deal.
I better get this big lug back to the underworld before he wakes up. It just takes one head, and then they've all got to bark.
Begins to exit. Turns to offer Stheno another big friendly grin.
Good luck.
Heracles exits. Stheno watches him go. Then, determined, begins to set off. Behind her, Euryale appears. Stheno senses her.
Go home, Euryale. I've got this.
You can't keep ignoring me.
I'm not ignoring you.
Yes, you are! Stheno, you won't even turn to look at me.
There. I've looked. Now I've got to go.
We have to talk about Medusa. You can't just run off whenever...
That's what you've been saying all our lives! Don't do this! Don't do this! Heroes do things, Euryale. Now go home.
Euryale stomps off, frustrated. Stheno continues on her quest.
The stage grows darker.
I'm not freaked out. I'm not freaked out. I'm not freaked out.
More weird sounds. Something big crashing off in the distance. Shapes flitting around here and there.
I can do this whole hero quest thing. I've got this. Uriale? No, not Uriale. Uriale is gone because you told her to be gone. What are those things?
Black, flitting creatures appear. They are harpies, birds with the heads of women.
Harpies!
She tries to fend them off, but they're relentless, shrieking and diving and clawing.
Get off! Get off! Get off!
Beautiful silvery lyre music begins to play. The harpies pause, listening. A man's voice begins to sing. Orpheus enters.
Ladies, please. You're being exceptionally naughty.
Thanks, man. You saved my...
Shh! And just what have you girls been up to, Tormenting innocent passersby? You should be ashamed of yourselves. You'll give harpies all over the world a bad name. Oh, I can't stay mad at you. Fly, my pretties, fly.
The harpies fly away. Orpheus turns to appraise Stheno.
Who do you think you are, you big bully? Going around tormenting innocent harpies?
Me? Tormenting them? Look, buddy, they attacked me.
Oh, sure. A green-skinned, snakes for hair, wing out of her back Gorgon like you, scared of poor little harpies?
How did you know I'm a Gorgon?
Because I got eyes in my eye sockets. That's how.
Yeah, but we're a rare kind of commodity these days. And I've been living on an island for years. Not exactly giving tours.
Step right up, ladies and gents. See the rarest of all the wonders of the world, the GORGON Sisters. They're ghastly, they're grim, they're Gorgons. Ha-ta-ta.
Right. Awesome. Well, I'll just be...
Look, lady, you can't just go around like that with your snakes hanging out everywhere for the world to see. Birds love snakes. Bird women love them more than regular birds. Don't you know anything?
Those snakes are my hair.
Oh, sure. Because snakes in the hair. That's so in these days. All the girls are wearing snakes in their hair.
This isn't some fashion trend. It's a curse.
Ooh, and curses are even more in than snakes in the hair.
Look, jerk, you said you knew what a Gorgon is. Well, this is what... All right. Sure. Fine. I attacked your birds. I'm the bad guy. Whatever.
Begins to walk away.
Not exactly the most heroic thing anyone has ever said to me.
Stheno stops dead, then whirls around.
I am a hero.
Is that right?
Who are you, anyway? Just some nothing. Some weird dude hanging out with weirder bird lady hybrids. I don't have time for this.
You know, you're awfully prickly for a girl on a quest.
How do you know I'm on a quest?
I might have heard it from a nymph who knows a tree sprite married to a demigod.
Strumming his lyre.
Listen to this one now. This was my #1 hit. The ladies loved it.
I've got better things to do than waste my time with a burnout, washed-up musician, thank you. So what if he knows I'm coming? Should make finding him easier, I'd guess.
If you're looking for Orpheus, I just might be able to lend you a hand.
You know Orpheus?
And you don't? I'm shocked. No, really, that wasn't sarcasm this time. I thought everyone knew Orpheus. I know you won't take the word of a burned-out, washed-up musician like yours truly, but man, this guy, he had talent. His music could charm the dead out of Hades.
That's the guy!
He was famous, time was. Hit single every other week. Seemed like that, anyway.
My sisters and I, we didn't spend much time socializing. After the curse, we pretty much kept to ourselves. Just the three of us, secure on our island. Until Perseus came looking for the head of a Gorgon.
Who? Medusa? So you're... Stheno?
The one and only.
And I had to go and mouth off to the one woman in all of Greece whose evil eye is really an evil eye.
Relax. It isn't that easy. I have to intentionally want to turn you to stone.
And you don't?
Not at the moment.
You know, now that I think about it a little more, I mean, maybe I heard something about this Orpheus guy.
His girlfriend died, right? And he brought her back from the underworld.
Not just anyone can perform such a feat, you understand.
Strum with the lyre.
Orpheus was special. He used his music like magic.
He was some kind of god of rock, you mean?
More like a god of acoustic rock, really. No one could resist his charms, man. Nobody. He was in love, see? With Eurydice, the most beautiful girl in all creation.
Eurydice. Wait.
They shared the kind of love that poets yammer on and on about, and the musicians set the poetry to music, and then you download it and listen to it on repeat 500 times in a row on your iPhone.
I know this.
Stheno concentrates, looks around, and there is Eurydice.
Promise that we'll be together for the rest of time? If we're going to be married, we have to make some kind of plan. I'll become a lawyer, you wait and see. And then maybe a judge, too. After all, Eurydice means justice, doesn't it? Please, Orpheus. You'll be a famous singer, and I'll keep on standing up for what's right and what's fair. And together no one can stop us. No one. And we'll be together forever.
The rest of time. Eternity.
Orpheus, he thought she was right. And they'd be together forever. But fate, or the gods, or whoever it is that makes terrible decisions that ruins the lives of us we mortals, someone decided that Eurydice had to go.
Eurydice is bitten by a snake
Orpheus!
and dies.
So she died. And when she died, she went straight to the underworld, where everyone will go someday.
Creatures of the underworld lift Eurydice lifeless, staring, and guide her to the underworld. Hades waits there, shadowed, barely seen. He gestures for her, and Eurydice disappears.
Not me. I'm immortal.
Well, aren't you the lucky duck? But Orpheus, man, he was a wreck. He couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. All he could think about was Eurydice, 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 and how unfair it was that she was gone. And after all that weeping and wailing, he made a decision. He was gonna bring her back.
How'd he do it?
Pay attention or you'll miss the important parts, because he was a god of acoustic rock. Orpheus used his musical talents to open up the gates of the underworld.
Orpheus strums his lyre, attracting the attention of the creatures. Stheno is beginning to be freaked out. The creatures open up the gates of the underworld. Stheno and Orpheus pass through.
Such singing the ghosties and ghoulies there had never heard, and the gates creaked open and Orpheus went right through them. But he wasn't home free just yet. First he had to face off against Cerberus.
Oh no. I just did this!
Not the easiest of tasks, is it? But once again, his musical proclivities saved his hide. Just a few notes from his lyre.
He hands it to Stheno, who stares at it uncomprehendingly.
Just a few notes from his lyre.
Stheno gets it, hesitantly plays the lyre.
And Cerberus laid down and let him pass. And then, lo and behold, sitting on his throne of the blackest onyx, so black that it sucked up what little light there is down there, sat Hades, king of the underworld. Orpheus made his plea, played his lyre, sang a song of such heartbreaking musical genius, yada yada yada, that Hades was moved. Just the teeniest, tiniest bit. Enough to make him a deal.
Hades comes forward, still mostly unseen, but enough of his presence exists to terrifying Stheno. Even the creatures are in awe.
Is that really him?
Hades gestures, and the creatures move apart to reveal Eurydice.
Hades brought forth Eurydice from the shadows. In fact, she was a shadow now, gray and emotionless like the other shades down there.
Orpheus.
Listen up, dude. I'm not really digging this masterpiece Theater of the Damned, so I'm just gonna go...
You can take her back with you, Hades said, on one condition.
That you lay neither hand nor eye on her until you both have reached the land of the living.
Hades' instructions seemed easy enough to follow, don't they? But you have to remember that Orpheus, though consumed with the fiery passion of youth, was also prey to youth's doubts and insecurities.
Eurydice takes his hand. He hesitates, then allows it. He begins to lead her out of the underworld. Stheno trails behind them, stalked by the creatures.
They left together. Eurydice walking just behind him, always behind him so he couldn't see her, just hear her. The stir of a pebble moved by her dainty foot, the shivering of the grass in her wake, and Orpheus found himself stricken with doubts.
Orpheus lets go of Eurydice's hand. He keeps moving, but she stops.
He couldn't help himself. Could Hades be trusted? Surely he could. But what if it were some kind of trick? Orpheus decided that he would take one quick glance. No one would know. Surely it wouldn't hurt anything.
Oh, no, man. Don't do it.
Orpheus turns. Eurydice reaches for him.
And as he turned, he saw her face for just that moment. Her sweet, familiar face, a shadow no longer, glowing back at him out of the darkness.
Intense crack of thunder.
And then she was gone. Back to the underworld. Forever.
Eurydice is gone. Hades is gone. The creatures and the underworld itself are gone. Stheno takes Orpheus's hand.
I don't know how you could stand it. Losing her like that. Again.
You can stand anything I've found. Given enough time. When did you figure out it was me?
Oh, once the story came to life, in a literal sense. The music helped. But the way you spoke about her was like she was alive again. In your words, your music, the story you told.
Now that you know who I am, I hope you take my advice.
I'll give you anything if you help me.
I only want one thing.
Tell me and I'll do it.
Go home.
What?
Go home. Give up. Leave this place and go back to your island and never look back.
I can't believe that I thought you'd understand. You know how I feel. You must.
I do. And that's why I'm refusing my help.
You can take me there. You can open up the gates again. I can meet Hades, make the same deal.
I could, and you could, and he would. But I won't.
Why not? You owe me an explanation if nothing else.
Owe you? I don't owe you anything. But I'll give you something anyway. Advice. Priceless advice. Forsake your quest. Go home. You stay on this path, you'll find nothing but misery.
You don't know that.
I do. Don't you have another sister?
Euryale. But what does she have to do
Go
with...
to her. She's still alive, isn't she? She needs you.
She's fine.
Is she?
Ditch the riddles, Orpheus. Euryale is fine. She isn't as strong as me, but she's fine. And she'll be even finer when I bring Medusa back home to her.
Impossible.
The impossible just takes a little longer.
Your sister, the dead one I mean, will need a body, won't she? Something for Hades to put her shadow into, and she doesn't.
She'll eventually...
I know this story, Stheno. I know that Perseus took your sister's head, and after he used it to petrify everyone he needed petrified, he married his beloved Andromeda and then gave the head back to Athena.
Athena. Right.
She has your sister's head now. You can't even begin to bring Medusa back to life until you're able to reunite her head with her body.
Then that's what I'll do.
What? No, that's not what I mean, you don't. You shouldn't. Athena will destroy you.
She can't. In all her wisdom, she made me immortal, like her.
Lots of ways to destroy a person, Stheno, without killing them.
I'll risk it.
There's nothing I can say, is there? Nothing I can do to make you change your mind?
I'm determined. It's in my nature.
Once someone is gone, they're gone. You gotta let them go. Trust me on this.
This time will be different. I'll make it be different.
All right, then go to the Temple of Athena if you're so determined. You'll learn. She'll teach you if nothing else. And take this.
Hands her the lyre.
What? No! No, I can't! I mean, this is yours. You need it.
Nah, my days of rocking the Casbah are pretty much over. I'm moving on. Maybe I'll take up knitting. Ooh, with Arachne. You remember Arachne, right? That girl that Athena turned into a spider? Man, someone should have a conversation with the gods. They all need anger management classes or something.
Thank you, Orpheus. I could possibly stand a chance after all.
Dead is dead, Stheno.
I guess I'll find out. I was wrong, You aren't a burnout or washed up. You're still one heck of a musician, Orpheus.
Stheno exits. Orpheus watches her go. The harpies return, cackling, squawking, making a general ruckus. He shushes them.
I know she's an idiot. But she's a brave idiot. Who knows? Maybe she can really change things. Good luck, kid.
Orpheus fades. Stheno reappears, approaching the Temple of Athena. The sound of the ocean. She looks around.
Ocean waves? Not super possible, seeing how I'm miles away from any body of water. Salt. The smell of the sea. Poseidon, you waterlogged creep of the deep, is that you? Show yourself! I know you're here somewhere. Just when I'm about to finally be successful, of course you have to show up again, ruining everything just like you did before.
Poseidon appears. Lots of seaweed, a trident. Stheno evaluates him.
You've seen better days.
Feelings mutual. Wow. Snakes in the hair, huh? You always did have a weird sense of humor.
This is all your fault, you know.
I do know.
There's no use denying it. Oh. You're not denying it. That's very big of you.
I know it's my fault. You, Euryale, Medusa.
No! You do not get to say her name! It's because of you that she was cursed! That we were all cursed!
You're angry. I'm hearing you.
You used me, and then you didn't have the guts to stand up to Athena!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nobody's got the guts to stand up to Athena.
I do.
You really do, don't you? Nobody. No. Therapist says that I have self-esteem problems. Need more self-confidence.
Why are you here, Poseidon? Why now?
Euryale summoned me.
She what?
She wants me to stop you.
Why?
You know, my therapist says when you lose your temper, you should count to 10. Deep breaths. Come on, do it with me like this. 1, 2, 3.
Euryale just wants to get in the way. She always just wants to get in my way.
4, 5. She has your best interest at heart. 6, 7.
That is so typical.
8, 9. Hey, you're not counting.
I've got a job to do.
Look, Stheno, I know you've heard this a trillion times, but honestly, have you thought about what you're trying to do? Really sat down and thought it through?
Is that what your therapist tells you to do?
And now with the mocking. Yes, incidentally, but that's not my point. I feel bad about what happened. I do. You think that I don't lie awake at night beating myself up because of my part in what happened to the three of you?
No, I don't think that.
Well, I do. My therapist says...
I don't want to hear any more about your therapist. You're standing in my way, Poseidon. I'll go through you if I have to.
You won't have to. I'm here to help you, Stheno.
You haven't lifted a finger to help us! Not even a little bit! Why now?
I have anger management issues, okay? They used to call me Earthshaker. Do you know that? Because of my famous temper. All of the water in the world would rise up if I wanted it to, whenever I lost my temper. I'm trying to put all of that behind me. Asclepios, that's the guy I see. You should think about looking him up. He does wonders. Asclepios told me that I have to right my wrongs if I want to have any peace. And I do. What happened between us was one of the worst things I've ever done, and I'm sorry.
Sorry isn't good enough!
I know. So I'm going to help you.
I don't need you, Poseidon! I never need you!
She begins to walk away.
Don't walk away from me. Listen, Stheno, please don't walk away from me.
Suddenly, huge, furious, howling winds, crashing of water, the sound of storm at sea. The fiercest of squalls. The silence of terrifying.
I said don't walk away from me!
Stheno freezes. She turns slowly and carefully back to him.
You weren't kidding about that temper. How much therapy have you had exactly?
It's a work in progress. And as it stands, you do need me. Haven't you noticed that Athena's temple is suddenly and conveniently right in the middle of a very big, and might I add, very deep ocean?
That's new.
She really doesn't want to see you.
Of course she doesn't, the coward.
That's neither here nor there. The point is, I want to make up for what I did as much as I can. Ruler of the 7 seas here, remember? I'll part them for you. After that, it's up to you.
It's always been up to me.
You're tough, no one's denying that. So go then, I'll hold the waters back as long as I can.
Poseidon looks up.
Uh-oh. Looks like she knows you're on your way. Stheno, I really am sorry. If you bring her back, if you can give Medusa life again, will you tell her I said that?
Sure. Absolutely.
Do you think she'll forgive me?
I suppose that depends on her. All you can do is try, I guess.
That's what Asclepios says too. Alright, here we go.
Poseidon raises his trident. The sound of waves crashing, blue and green lights as the sea parts and Stheno, running, heads for the temple. Poseidon disappears. Finally, she stops panting.
He came through! Poseidon actually came through!
She looks around the temple of Athena, which is dark and foreboding.
Athena? Athena! I call upon you! I beseech that you hear! Darn it! Athena, listen to me! I know you're here, and I know you can hear me! Remember me? Stheno the Determined? One of the 3 Gorgon sisters? The bravest of them all! Listen, I'm not here to placate you, to sing you songs or offer you offerings. That's for mortals. And I'm not exactly a mortal anymore, am I? I'm here because you cursed us and you owe me a favor or 2. Or 1,000. Oh, you think this is funny? Yeah, real funny. You're a bully. You know that, Athena? Picking on people weaker than you because you're bored or your tender little feelings are hurt or because you have self-esteem issues. Whatever. I don't know, but it's wrong. And no one has the guts to stand up to you and tell you to your face, wherever it is, that you're a bully. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. You are a bully. You hear me, Athena?
Are you quite through?
Yes. I mean, no. I've come for something you have. Something that belongs to me.
Foolish girl. What makes you think that I will deign to waste another second listening to your disrespectful cries?
Because you owe me.
I am a god. I owe you nothing.
You owe my sister.
Your sister? Which sister was that, Stheno?
Medusa. Remember her? She's dead because of you.
She's dead because you dallied with the wrong god.
That isn't...
Of course it is. Isn't that what this is really all about? Your little quest? You want me to absolve you of all your guilt and take full responsibility for all the bad things in your life? Take some responsibility for yourself, girl. Bad stuff happens.
You dare say that to me! It didn't just happen! You made it happen!
Oh, maybe I did. I have a temper. We all do, we gods. It's our privilege.
I don't accept that!
Accept it or not, I don't particularly care. You've grown boring, my dear, and boring small creatures who do nothing but bore me, I simply cannot abide.
You listen to me, Athena.
No! You listen! You dare to come here to my temple, my place of worship, and speak to me in such a manner? You impudent, insignificant nothing! You worm! I would have you far from me now. Goodbye, dear Stheno. You might have presented a challenge.
What does that mean, Athena? If you're trying to scare me, it's working.
I'm afraid your audience is up. My friend is here to escort you out.
Your friend? What is it?
Out of the darkness, the Minotaur appears, half man with the head of a bull, begins to circle Stheno menacingly.
You kept mentioning bullies so much, I thought I would oblige you. You've heard, perhaps, of the Minotaur. He's beautiful in a rather horrible way. Wouldn't you agree?
Send him away!
No, I don't think I will. He was banished to the center of a labyrinth, you know, and it's been ages since he's had anyone over for dinner. Oh, Athena, you're such a wit.
You won't get away with this!
Of course you'd say something cliché. Dear Stheno, I'm a god. I get away with things all the time.
The Minotaur swipes at Stheno, knocking her down.
Adieu to you and you and...
Stheno rises, realizes that she's still holding the lyre Orpheus gave her, and gives it a strum. Loud, grating music plays. The Minotaur roars and swipes at her again, knocking her down.
What in the name of me was that? Oh, Stheno, you stupid girl. You're only making him angry with whatever little toy you've got there.
Focus, Stheno. Focus.
The Minotaur looms over her again. She closes her eyes, grits her teeth, and gives the lyre another softer strum. Sweet, sweet music plays. The Minotaur pauses mid-swipe. He freezes, entranced by the music. Stheno opens one eye.
I can't believe that actually worked. What is that? What have you got there? Give it to me this instant.
No, I don't think I will.
She fixes the Minotaur in a more sedate state. With her stony gaze, he freezes, hardening into stone. Triumphantly, Stheno turns to face Athena.
Nice try, Athena. You know why I'm here. Give me Medusa's head. Now!
No, no, no! You can't just come to my temple and petrify my Minotaur!
Kinda just did.
No fair! No fair! No fair!
You have her head. Give it to me.
Well, you can't have it. Not ever. Because when Perseus was done with it, he gave it to me with a magic shield, and I put her head on the shield, and it can never be removed. And so you lose, Stheno. You lose, and you will never, never, never get your sister back. So there.
What? You did what? Fix it. Fix it now.
Or what?
Fix it now, Athena. Or I swear on my sister's name that I will burn your temple to the ground!
You wouldn't dare!
Try me!
Oh, fine! Here! Take it then!
The shield bearing the image of Medusa clatters at Thena's feet.
Spoil sport.
Picking up the shield reverently.
It's her. It's really her.
It's not her. It's a shield with her face on it. She's gone, Stheno. Dead is dead.
I won't accept that either. I'm taking this to the underworld, to Hades. I'll bring her back. Wait and see.
You're a very foolish girl, but you're brave. I'll grant you that.
I'm going to bring her back, Athena.
I'm sure you will. You hero types always get what you're after.
Hero type? You think I'm a hero?
This is a hero's quest you're on.
I just want my sister back.
And what about the one you left behind?
Why does everyone keep asking me that? Euryale doesn't need my help.
Athena gestures. Euryale appears.
Euryale! How did you...
I may have a bit of a temper, but they don't call me the goddess of wisdom for nothing. Don't you think your energies would be more, shall we say, wisely spent helping your living sister deal with her?
Stheno?
Euryale doesn't need me. Medusa does.
Stheno, where are you? I can't see you anymore.
I'm here, Euryale.
Moves to Euryale, who doesn't react.
She can't hear me, can she?
Or is it that you can't hear her?
Ha ha. Good one, Athena. Could this be why they don't call you the goddess of humor or anything funny at all? Leave us alone. For once, just leave us alone.
I'm scared, Stheno.
Whiny little thing, isn't she?
Taking a menacing step forward.
Don't you talk about my sister like that.
Whatever you say, dearest Stheno. I'm sure you know best.
Waves her hand again. Euryale disappears.
On your way, then. Continue your quest. Never again darken the door of my temple, etc., etc. You know the deal.
Don't you worry. I'm coming, Medusa. I'm on my way.
She runs out of the temple. The Minotaur wakes up. Athena smacks him.
Stupid Minotaur!
Darkness. The voice of a little girl, Medusa, long ago.
Stheno, look at the light on the ocean. It dances. I've never noticed it do that before. Isn't it pretty?
Medusa appears, holding her doll.
Stheno, are you there? Are you listening?
Stheno appears in dim light, frozen, hearing the voice, examining the shield.
I'm listening. I see it.
Will you take me swimming later? The water is warm and it's so pretty. You said you would.
I know.
I never see you anymore.
Medusa, please.
You're always so busy.
I'm sorry.
Don't you care about me? Don't you love me anymore?
Medusa disappears.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm here now. I'm talking to myself. Get a grip, girl. You've got this. You have all these special Gorgon powers you don't even know what to do with. Odds are good that at least one of them will be useful. Well, that's discouraging. Powers that be, I call on you to open the way, or the door, or the doorway, maybe. Show me how. Darn it! Alrighty then. Mighty forces, this is Stheno talking! Stheno! The Gorgon? The worst of the worst? That's right! I know you can hear me! But it doesn't matter. See? Because I don't need you. I can do this myself. I have power. I have strength aplenty. I need to get to the underworld. So I'm going to the underworld. Now!
She waits. At first, nothing happens. Then suddenly comes the sound of immense cracking, like ice breaking apart. And then the enormous sound of multiple panes of glass shattering. Strange lights begin to blaze, and Stheno is thrown to the ground. Absolute blackness. A distant sound, like the wind sighing, lights up on Stheno. And Hades, the god of the underworld, lord of the dead, is there. He is watching her, patient, calm, perhaps a little somber, perhaps a little amused. He is certainly not what she expected to find.
Hi there.
Stheno leaps to her feet.
It's you, isn't it?
You'll have to be more specific. You-hoo. Oh, I like that. You-hoo.
You're him. You're the big man. Hades.
The man downstairs? Yes. Nice to meet you.
He extends a hand. She hesitates, not sure what to expect. Then takes it, pulls back, shivering.
Cold hands, warm heart.
Then you must have the warmest heart of ever.
Some might argue with you.
So this is the underworld.
As it is, yes. I'm not much of a housekeeper, I'm afraid. And my darling Persephone is spending her annual 6 months above ground. And, she's far better at dusting than I am.
No, it's, nice. Maybe a little drafty.
I think the word you're looking for is dank.
No, some flowers here, an accent wall there, and it could be homey.
You don't have to be polite. It is fairly dank. It's my fault. I don't get out as much as I should. We're fairly closed off down here. So, you're the great and powerful Stheno, aren't you? I've heard about you.
All good things, I hope.
Mostly that you have A, fashioned yourself as a hero, and B, you will never be making yourself a home down here.
You heard I was a hero?
Or that you were on a hero's quest. Not necessarily the same thing, you know. Undertaking a heroic quest does not automatically make one a hero. Your actions by journey's end are the only things that can, do that.
I'm trying to save my sister.
Yes, I know. I know all about you.
That's not possible. No one knows all about me but me.
Do you, I wonder?
He is quicker than Stheno. With a swift movement, Hades has moved behind Stheno and placed the tips of his fingers of both his hands against her forehead. She tries to cry out, but freezes.
Let's take a little look inside, shall we?
The stage lights flicker. Medusa appears again.
Here's my doll, Stheno. You promised to fix it. She's hurt. She's broken.
Oh dear. A broken doll. A broken heart. Children are such fragile, delicate things after all.
Why can't you fix the doll? Why can't she be like she used to be?
Medusa!
But you promised! You said everything would be alright! Stheno, please! Make it the way it was! Make everything better! You promised.
Medusa is gone. Hades releases Stheno, who stumbles, collapses to her knees.
Medusa! I'm sorry! I'll do it! I'll fix it! Just say you'll forgive me! Say everything will be like it was before. Before I...
As I thought, you were driven by guilt, not a selfless desire to return your sister to life. You are no hero.
No, that's not true.
True? False? Meaningless terms down here. I see only what is. You are no hero. And you know it.
Okay, I feel guilty, but that's not why I'm here.
So why are you here?
To bring Medusa back.
Why?
Because she didn't deserve to die.
No one deserves to die! Just as no one deserves to live. People are born. They live, then they die. Death is inevitable. It comes to everyone.
But Orpheus told me!
Orpheus? Oh yes, a bright boy, a promising boy, but a foolish boy in the end. I knew that he would never be able to fulfill the conditions of our little bargain, otherwise I never would have made such an unfulfillable promise to him in the first place. And he had to learn a lesson. I know the pathways of the human heart, dearest. Even yours. After all your long years as a monster, I know even yours.
You lied to him!
I never lie. I offered him a challenge. He failed.
Offer me that same challenge.
No.
Because you'll know I'll be able to pass your tests!
There is no way to pass my tests, Stheno. Once someone has entered my kingdom, there is no way out.
I refuse to believe that!
I'm sorry. This world has certain rules that everyone must follow. Even gods.
I am no mortal. I will fight you.
As you wish.
You'll just let me.
Medusa is gone. Better you learn that lesson now, once and for all. You have many powers as you're beginning to discover. Why don't you use them on me now?
Cerberus!
You would use my own pet against me? That doesn't sound terribly heroic.
Cerberus! Here, boy!
The glowing eyes appear again above them.
Sick him, boy! Sick him!
Oh, please. Bad doggy. Very bad doggy. You big lummox. Go back to the gates. I'll bring you a nice juicy steak in a bit. Next.
The lyre! The Orpheus' lyre! Its sweet music melted your heart before.
She holds out a hand, and the lyre appears. She begins to pluck at its string. The sound is dreadful, deafening. She cries out, throwing the lyre at Hades. He catches it.
My dear, you already used this once to solve a problem. Did you really think it would work in the same way again? Besides, when Orpheus played for me, it was Orpheus I heard, singing sweetly through the lyre, not the lyre itself.
Crushes the lyre into splinters.
Next.
Harpies! I summon the harpies! Attack! Scratch out his eyes!
The screaming of the harpies as they appear, diving at Hades. Coolly, he raises one finger, and the harpies vanish.
Next.
With an inarticulate shriek of fury, Stheno rushes at him, fixes him with her stony gaze. For a moment, he seems to freeze. She looks away, triumphant. He smiles.
Next.
No!
She strikes at him, battering him with her fists. He takes it, allowing her fury until it is spent. She begins to sob, then finally sinks to the ground, clutching at him, crying.
Oh, my child. My poor, poor Stheno.
I tried everything I had. I did everything I knew how to do.
You did. You were very brave.
Nothing worked.
I told you it wouldn't.
Hands her the shield.
Tell me what this is.
Please don't be cruel. Please don't be cruel to me.
I try not to be cruel. Realistic, maybe, but I avoid being cruel if I can. Look at it.
No.
You must.
Don't make me.
Yes, look. Tell me what you see.
It's my sister.
It is. Look again.
It's a shield.
And?
It's just a shield.
Yes, it is. Why?
Because Medusa is dead.
Yes. And?
And she isn't coming back.
Yes. And?
Not ever. Medusa is gone. Forever she's gone.
Hades puts an arm around her, allows her to cry.
I heard her voice.
Medusa's?
Yes! I heard her talking to me! But it was just memories. Just the past. That's all it was, wasn't it?
That's where she lives. Where she will always live. Here
Touches her forehead,
and here.
her heart.
Do you know that now?
I think so.
You're strong.
So they tell me.
They're right. But not everyone is as strong as you.
The light changes. Stheno notices.
Hey! We're back on our island. But how?
I am everywhere, I'm afraid. Even here.
So it's really over, huh? My quest, all of it.
Not quite.
But Medusa.
Silly Gorgon. Strong, but occasionally dense. What has everyone you've encountered tried to tell you, Stheno, since the beginning of your journey? What have you been forgetting? Or should I say, who?
Euryale!
Hades vanishes. Stheno doesn't notice.
Ugh, I've been so not with the seeing. How did I notice that she needed me? Nah, that's too easy. I did notice. And you knew it too, didn't you, Hades, you old softy? Hades? Hades, where'd you... Thanks. Thank you, Hades.
Exalts for a moment in the sun, enjoying the smell and warmth of the island.
Euryale? Euryale, I'm back! I'm home!
Euryale appears, keeps her distance.
Euryale, you have no idea how glad I am to see you!
Euryale continues to keep her distance.
You're mad. I get that. Oh, how I get that. And I'm sorry.
Sure. I've got a lot of things to do, Stheno. Hephaestus is teaching me to sculpt.
Hephaestus? Are you sure that's a good idea? I mean, taking up with a god is what got us into this.
Notices Euryale is glaring at her.
Never mind. Sculpt away.
I will.
Begins to exit.
Look, I know sorry's not enough.
Words. Just words.
Words.
Euryale begins to exit again.
What if I told you a story?
Euryale stops, then turns to look at her, still suspicious.
Just for me?
Just for you. And it's a great story, too. The best.
Why?
Because you're in it.
Stheno pats the seat next to her. After a beat, Euryale sits beside her.
I am?
We both are. Check this out. Once upon a time, in ancient Greece, there were tons of gods and goddesses, heroes and bad guys, monsters, unpleasant.
Stheno puts her arm around Euryale. Euryale allows this, snuggles next to her.
But not all of them were like that. There was Heracles, a hero if there ever was one, and Orpheus, a god of acoustic rock, and even Hades, lord of the underworld, wasn't such a bad guy once you got to know him. And in this beautiful land, there lived two exquisitely lovely and oh so intelligent young women, and their names were Stheno and Euryale, because the story is about us. We're the heroes, you and me.
They sit together. Euryale puts her head on Stheno's shoulder. Stheno puts her head on Euryale's shoulder. End of play.